Let's go next to Mika from Massachusetts. Mika, welcome. Mika
Hello,
from Massachusetts, welcome.
can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can.
Okay, let me try switching to
Oh boy.
my phone. Is that better?
That is even better, yeah.
All
Oh boy.
right, so I had a foreign policy question for you, if you don't mind.
Okay.
I was what your general thoughts were on Biden's foreign policy, especially when it comes to diplomacy. I've been, really disappointed to see, any sort of lack of action on the JCPOA, the Iran nuclear deal. It seems that that's not getting the attention, even though it was, from my perspective, the greatest sort of diplomatic achievement in my young lifetime, at least.
Yeah, I don't think it's a
And then when you
priority for
see the
Biden.
lack of action,
Yeah.
and what about, your sort of like broader feelings on this, like lack of action on, putting pressure on Saudi Arabia for Yemen, or just sort of a lack of interest in sort of any sort of diplomacy, even in the war in Ukraine? His response has been sort of admirable to some extent,
Yeah,
but sort of lacking any push for diplomacy. Is this what you expected?
it
Is
is.
he exceeding your expectations? Is
It is
he
exactly what I
is he meeting
expected,
your
Mika.
expectations?
I am seeing from Biden on foreign policy exactly what I expected, which is a very, very light touch might be the way that we would most positively spin it to some degree. But no, listen, Biden doesn't strike me as being super interested in anything right now. I see Biden as a guy at the end of his political career who has now achieved the top spot. He was really running as a stopgap. We got to plug the hole that was Trump. The country was leaking under Trump. And the idea was don't do too much of anything that's going to attract negative attention. Try to deal with COVID. Try to manage the belligerent political actors globally, and Russia is one of those. And I'm seeing from Biden exactly what I expected. And I'm not saying that it's the most exciting thing. I'm saying it's not, in fact, but it is exactly what I expected.
Okay, that's interesting to hear. And just to close out, I know you said you doubt he's going to run again in 24. Do you see any sort of nominees that you think you have a chance on the
Sorry, I don't
Democratic
think
side, that
Trump
you
will
have
run
any
again
sort
or
of
Biden. Who do I say won't run again?
vibe
Biden. Oh,
on the
listen, I
Democratic
think that
side
Gavin
that you know?
Newsom and Pete Buttigieg are very strong politicians. Whether the country wants them is a different question, but I think they're both very, very skilled politicians.
And do you have any hope for them on foreign policy, or no hope? Same with Biden.
With Buttigieg, we need to see what his foreign policy looks like. Newsom has been a governor, so I don't know that he has well-shaped foreign policy yet, but there will be time to figure all of that out.
All right. Well, I appreciate you taking the question.
All right, Mika from Massachusetts with some powerful declarations and different phone calls and things like that.